Hey there, okay, this is Scott Zambelli here, and I am working on the Star Wars sketch cards for the Star Wars Illustrated set featuring A New Hope. They come like this, they're folded, they open up, and voila, there's the card. So, starting off blank, and let's see what I get. Going to be working today on a famous scene. Let's see if I can tilt this down just a hair. Hopefully this will work. It might not. Anyways, working on a scene that's well known. It's when the Stormtroopers are looking for the droids. So I'm gonna rough this in right now. The droids had just escaped the Imperial capture of their ship. So it's been a fun set so far. I like having it the way they have it, like folded in half, so that each card ends up being like a puzzle. So that's cool. I'm just penciling right now. Right now I'm doing the backside of one of the Stormtroopers, or Sandtroopers in this case. I'm doing 50 cards for this set. It's I don't know when it's due out. Deadline's coming up though soon, so I'm guessing they're gonna want it before. I'm guessing they're gonna release it before the end of the year, but I'm not 100% sure on that. And as always, Star Wars, I just really enjoy drawing. So it's always a pleasure doing this set. So, what are some fun things to talk about? I think, let's see, any exciting well, we got, let's see, some awesome shows that recently ended. We got Breaking Bad that just recently ended. I've been a big fan of that show for a while, and it was bittersweet to see it end, but I'm glad it did in the way that they did it. Would rather it go out with a bang and while it's on top and still really good, instead of like with a whimper, so to speak. So I was very happy with the ending, very satisfied with it. We live in a very spoiler-sensitive society now, even though I think we're well past the safe period. I'll leave spoilers out. Yeah, it was good. It was very satisfying to see how they wrapped it up. I'll leave it at that. And then it was an interesting contrast to the way Dexter ended, which for many people was a very unsatisfied ending. So you could see a big difference between how the writers and creators of the show, two different shows, handled it. So I liked it. Anyways, I'm just rambling. This is the progress so far. So there's Stormtrooper number 1. And then in the foreground, it's going to be Stormtrooper number 2. Just getting this roughed right now. for those who don't know, Stormtroopers hold a special place in my heart because in addition to being an artist for the Star Wars stuff, I'm also a member of the 501st, and I am a Stormtrooper, or a TK as we call it. So that is my costume in the 501st. So I'm very intimate with, I don't know if intimate's the right word, but very familiar with the various aspects of Stormtrooper life. The challenges that come with wearing the suit, and how comfortable it is, how you can move in it. It's all very interesting once you wear it, the difference there versus, like, when you see it on the screen you just can't tell how limited your vision is. So it's kind of funny because once you wear it you then understand why the Rebels won, because you can't see anything out of that helmet. You wonder what the Emperor was thinking when he had these suits designed, because you really can't. But almost done with this trooper here. And then I'll hold it up in just a second. Let's see here. But yeah, it's fun. We do a lot for charity groups and for children's charities. It's always a blast, and the guys in the group are... I'm with the Great Lakes Garrison, and we have a blast doing the things we do. Doesn't get better than being able to combine your love of Star Wars with doing some good for the community and for children and things like that. So, always fun. Alright, I'm just about done with these pencils. Let's see here. He's got his hand here. You also learn a lot of the details involved with the various costumes when you do this, because as a 501st member I had to build my own suit. I bought a kit, which in a kit what it is the parts are already, they're molded, they're vacuum formed, and you gotta be careful. Anyone who's thinking about it, go to 501st.com. That's the number is 501st.com. You can go there, or to whitearmor.net to look into it, because you don't want to just buy any costume out there. There's ones like a common mistake is buying this kit from Ruby's. It's a licensed kit, but it's nowhere near movie accurate, and you can spend a lot of money on a suit like that and find out later on you're not approvable in the 501st because it's nowhere near the quality that it needs to be. So you want to be careful. So if you are thinking about making a Stormtrooper suit, you'll want to do your research first. Talk to people. If you go to Comic-Cons or anything like that, there's usually a 501st there. Alright, got my pencils done, so this is the scene. Look, sir, droids! And he's holding up the little thing. Alright, now to do some inks. I'm just going to do the line work right now. I'm not going to do colors and shading, but I might, I don't know. Maybe I'll later on. Sorry about that. Didn't mean to drop you. There you are. Alright. I'm in a very uncomfortable seat right now. Usually everything's set up slightly different when I'm drawing here, but to try to make room for the camera and put it in a position, I'm like hunched over. It was a little uncomfortable, but that's okay. It's for the art, man. It's for the art. So, what was I saying? I lost my train of thought. Oh, 501st. So anyways, I got my kit. What I use is called an FX kit. It's an older kit. And I don't believe they make them anymore. But there's other approved kits out there that are accurate. Some are cast directly off original parts of, from the movie. So those ones are good. And you basically what it is they shoot the they warm up the plastic and it gets sucked onto the mold, and it takes the shape of the parts. And then when you get them, though, they're still on the sheets, and there's extra plastic there, and you got to cut them all out and glue them, make all the snaps and connectors that you're going to use to put them all together. So I had to do all that. And it seems like a lot, and it can be a little bit overwhelming at first. And you know, the hardest part is starting and getting over your fear. And you spend so much money on this stuff, and you're just worried you're going to screw it up. And you don't want to do that because you got a good investment in it. But between the forums and the various members, they all were a huge help in me getting my armor done. Fortunately, because of my schedule, I didn't have much time. It was very hard for me to set time aside to make my armor, so it took a lot longer than I wanted. But in the end, it was done. So I was glad about that. Wish it was faster, but all in good time. Alright, so let's see here. Almost done here. Almost. Alright, let's see. Almost done with the Stormtrooper in the foreground. And then once you got your armor done, like I said, took a little bit of, it's a lot of work, especially for your first one. Now that I've done my first, I've made additional components now, and things that were so intimidating originally now are pretty easy. But that comes with the experience you gain from doing all that. So, anyways, but then once it's done, then the fun begins, so to speak. Got to do a lot of cool events that I wouldn't have ever been able to do had I not had my armor. Got to meet some amazing people, and to be honest, when I first decided I was gonna get into the 501st and attempt to build my own armor and stuff, my original goal was more of from a fan perspective. Being a lifelong Star Wars fan, I just always have known of the 501st for a long time and always respected the work they did and stuff, but I really wanted to be a part of this as a fan. And the cool thing was that once I got the suit on and I did my first troop, and you see the impact you have on kids, and actually, to be honest, not just kids, a lot of adults, you see them turn into little kids right before your eyes when they see the stormtroopers come walking in. But when you see that transformation and that smile that they have just because you're there, and they see you in that suit, it really changed the whole thing for me. I realized what an impact you could have on others just to help people be happy. You know, we got so much crap in our lives every day and world we live in that we provide much needed service that I didn't even think about. So that was cool. So now when I troop, it's with a totally different point of view than when I had started. Started it was more of a fan thing, but now it's more of a making an impact to just bring happiness to someone. You know, you go to a kid's hospital and you see these little kids light up. You help them escape from their day. Anyways, so that's my little story there. A lot of fun. And if you're able to join, I recommend it. It's a lot. There's great people involved and things like that. Anyways, let's see here. Almost done. I should hold it up probably so you can see where it's at right now. Progress so far. Getting there. Alright. A lot of little details you gotta add. Hard to just whip it out, you know, the stormtroopers, but when they're done, it's worth the time when you get those details, and those little details matter. They make a big difference in how it looks in the end. Alright, let's get these last few lines. Just gotta finish his hand. Alright, we are gonna call this done. I'll put the twin suns in the background when I color it. Alright, we'll say this one's good. So there we go. And there you have, the lighting's not the greatest, but I had to put this intense lighting over here to help light it, so hopefully that works, because the way the camera was picking up, it was coming out too dark. Anyways, there you go. For the Star Wars Illustrated A New Hope set from Topps Trading Cards later this year, or very early next year, but I think it's later this year. Anyways, there you go. Peace! Have a good day. Now if I can shut this off.